Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. This is Madden NFL 21.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles.
For Philadelphia.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Rams taking the field and leading the way, the man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
I love this guy's makeup. He is not afraid to fail. He attacks on just about every snap. Wants to throw the football downfield first. He'll throw it short if he has to. The bottom line, he wants to put a lot of pressure on the defense with his arm.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27.
They'll run a draw now with Akers. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we'll see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 73 yards. The early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
It is good.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Right about got 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Goff. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
Again, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A 59-yard attempt.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and now it's 2nd down.
Complete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a
Daddy
defense.
Bears, I love
Give
you
up an
with all
opening
my
drive.
heart.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 20.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Javon Hargrave.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bye, I love you with all my heart.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 10, Rams nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talking about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there.
And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Complete to Tyler Higbee. A fumble on the play.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Goff with a pass caught by Reynolds. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the...
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going. Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD.
Eagles.
So they go on 4th fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes our score 17-0.
Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that's fielded on the back line. Effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own.
Readies for its next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
He was
just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Rager. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Hurts. Oh, he's going to go for it all. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead now increases to 20-0.
20. Rams, nothing.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. We haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the L.A. offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, Goff. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing again on second down. Goff. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break here. Goff. And that is incomplete. So we reach halftime and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this carries into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he's out of bounds, but not before getting across the 50 to the 45.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 45 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions and coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And it's third down.
Throwing on third. Gone. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And this returnable for Rager. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. That'll go down as a 92-yard punt return score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Let's just call that play what it was. Bold, dashing, daring, and a big-time return for a touchdown.
Fielding a punt inside the 10. Most coaches, they frown upon that, don't they?
They really do. I do know some special teams coaches who say, okay, I'll let you go back to about the 8, and you're right in that gray area, and he made that play work in a massive way.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
To 2nd and 10.
From the 50, it's gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To the air again, Goff. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. 20. This pass complete to Reynolds. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
What's the deal, y'all?
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
That is caught at the 7. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 49.
They'll run here with Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it'll be Akers. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't have been...
And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Matt Gay.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 20.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles continue to roll. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Jake Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's gone. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Rams on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 31.
A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Going right back to Akers. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The Rams on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Jared Goff sacked.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Gay's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
41.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
On the return, the Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Tackle made at the 5-yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now, Nick. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it's third down.
And 7 yards to go.
Out of the gun, gone. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Goff throwing again. Gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is taken at about the 14. Breaks free again. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Space to maneuver at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Got a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little a little extra on top.
54.
Right, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.